0 to 008. Opening tease. Visual. Rapid contrast montage. The low, prowling Toyota GT Super prototype, long hood and short deckline, punching in from the left. From the right, a rugged, lifted 2025 Hilux rockets across gravel in slow motion, rooster tails of dust behind it. Quick pop cuts. Razor DRL signatures, muscular wheel arches, paint micro flakes shimmering in sunlight, and grille textures under harsh backlight. Urgent, high energy, two very different answers from Toyota. One a race-bred Halo GT, the other an honest, go-anywhere pickup. Today we break down design cues, color strategies, and what these two icons say about Toyota's DNA. 008 to 040, proportions and presence, GT Super. The GT Super arrives with classic Grand Touring proportioning, long bonnet, compact greenhouse, and wide planted track. It doesn't posture, it hunkers down. Every line reads as, aerodynamics first. The silhouette is long and flowing, the roofline low, the tail pulled tight with muscular haunches suggesting downforce over trunk space. Visual. 50mm slider pass along the shoulder line, showing reflections shifting as the surfacing tightens. Polarizer filter recommended at golden hour. On-screen overlay. Proportion. Long hood, short deck, wide track. 040 to 120. Front and lighting, GT Super. Up front the GT Super carries a katana blade daytime running light signature, slashing outwards like a set of wings. Massive intakes and bonnet ducts aren't just drama, they're functional airflow paths feeding a rumored turbo V8 with hybrid assist. Nothing here is decorative, every vent has a job. Visual. Macro close-up of headlamp cluster, cut to bonnet duct with animated airflow arrows. Overlay. Tech hint. V8 Plus hybrid unconfirmed reports. 1:20 to 2 o'clock. Surfaces, aero and wheels, GT Super. The surface language is disciplined. Taut planes, sharp creases, no wasted ornament. The lower splitters, mirror caps, and diffuser show exposed carbon weave, signaling track intent. Wheels are either motorsport-inspired center locks or sculpted forged multi-spokes with aggressive offsets. Everything reinforces the car's performance ethos. Visual. Low-angle 85mm pass across wheels and arches, drone arc catching rear wing in profile. B-roll. Carbon weave macros, undertray fins, diffuser vanes. 2 o'clock to 2:30. Color strategy, GT Super. Toyota paints its Halo car like a weapon. Renaissance red metallic with candy depth highlights, absolute zero white for maximum contrast, or matte graphite for stealth aggression. Metallic micro flakes pop under direct sun, while matte finishes absorb stage light for brutal presence. Every swatch reads differently under lens compression. Filmmakers should test both daylight and LED studio banks. Visual. Swatch board cutaways. Renaissance red, absolute zero, matte graphite. Thumbnail suggestion. Tight Renaissance red fender flare with bold white text overlay. 2:30 to 3 o'clock. Proportions and presence, Hilux. Switching gears. The Hilux embodies capability. Tall greenhouse, upright nose, squared wheel arches, and a strong horizontal shoulder line project durability. The new generation sharpens those fundamentals. A bolder grille, slimmer lights, and stronger body lines bring modernity to its rugged frame. Visual. 24-70mm wide sweep across the truck cresting an off-road trail. 3 o'clock to 3:40. Front and function, Hilux. The Hilux face balances toughness and refinement. A large grille with textured mesh dominates, underlined by a skid plate-inspired bumper. Vertically stacked fog housings are tucked into squared corners. On high trim models, bonnet creases and subtle vents provide both cooling and a muscular read. Visual. 35mm head-on shot, cut to macros of bumper textures and hood vent. Details. Overlay. Trim callouts. Mesh grille, skid plate, hood vents. 3:40 to 4:10. Aero and packaging, Hilux. Here, aero is pragmatic. Roof rails, bed rails, and a purposeful tailgate shape aid load and drag management. Wheel arches are squared for tire clearance. Overhangs remain short to maximize approach and departure angles. Visual. Drone follow shot capturing the truck scaling and incline, Animated overlay showing approach departure geometry. 410 to 440. Color strategy. Helix. VO. Helix color choices span practical to aspirational. Solid whites and utilitarian grays for fleet buyers. Desert khaki and deep blues for lifestyle owners. And black additions. Gloss black mirrors, handles, badges, and wheels, catering to urban buyers who want toughness with attitude. Visual. Tailgate swatch reveal. White desert khaki, black edition gloss. Overlay. Helix palette. Utility lifestyle. 440 to 520. Detail callouts and camera notes, both cars. VO. For filmmakers, the GT Super loves macros. Use 85-100mm primes with polarizer and low ISO to hold highlights tight on carbon weave and metallic flakes. For Helix, prioritize scale. Wide 24mm shots, mid 35mm wheel to cabin passes, and handheld interiors for human perspective. Always overlay wheel sizes, tire specs, and color swatch boxes at introduction. Visual. Split screen showing focal length recommendations with sample shots. 520 to 6 o'clock. What the designs mean, brand story. VO. Together, they form Toyota's design spectrum. The GT Super, a halo statement, brutalist aero, motorsport engineering, and speculative hybrid power. The Helix, the resilient hero, modernized, lifestyle friendly, but still true to its roots as the global workhorse. One represents ambition, the other continuity. Visual. Montage of GT Super slicing around a track, Helix hauling gear on a worksite. Text overlay. Goodwood prototype, official Helix unveil. 6 o'clock to 6:30. Thumbnail and metadata suggestion. VO. Thumbnail idea. Split frame, GT Super fender in Renaissance red versus Helix tailgate in desert khaki. Title overlay. Big versus built, which Toyota wins your garage? Visual. Thumbnail comps appear with hashtag overlays. 6:30 to 7 o'clock. Closing tease, CTA. VO. Want full specs and shot lists for each? Hit like and comment which deep dive you want first. GT Super Performance Tech, our Helix accessory breakdown. Subscribe for more design-focused Toyota stories. Visual. End card with subscribe button and 3 teaser thumbnails for upcoming videos. Notes for editor. Flag any performance specs as reports unconfirmed. Insert overlays for color swatches, wheel sizes, and prototype disclaimers. B-roll priority. GT Super. Headlamps, ducts, undertray. Helix. Approach departure, bed tie downs, arch clearance. That runs just about 1,000 words and matches your direction on exterior design, color storytelling, and cinematic shot planning.